Alright, let's hope the audio is working here. I'm going to just have a quick look at that before I continue on. Alright, perfect. Looks like everything's up and running. So, to anybody who's around, hello. Welcome to the stream. We are going to get us started here on Arena. I'm kind of more testing this out at the moment, you know, just to see if I can actually get this thing up and running. So based on the poll that I put up a little while ago, seems like there was a pretty good mix of, you know, different formats that everyone wanted to see. I gotta take those headphones off because I can't even hear what I'm saying myself. But yeah, anyways, so, you know, good spread of stuff. I think we saw a little bit of love towards Explorer, a little love towards Standard, some Historic Brawl. Not a lot of Historic, which is unfortunate because that's like the majority of the upcoming videos. Feel free to let me know too, by the way, if, you know, audio levels are a little weird or something. Like, I'm still testing this out. I don't exactly know what's perfect. But we're going to get started. So I'm going to just start off with Standard, and I've got a couple different deck lists. So, okay, cool. I guess some of these decks are actually Standard legal. I just have a lot of the, you know, the default ones. So I've got a sort of a Simic Ivy list with Venerated Rot Priest. Your goal is essentially to just target your own creatures a bunch of times to, you know, murder them with poison. I've got sort of a pretty janky Dimir, like, you know, proliferate control, a lot of stuff to do with that. I've got the mono blue Delver list. That's pretty much all that I do for Standard. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Standard at the moment, considering how unanimously it sort of centers around Grixis and Rakdos and all the Rakdos-based mid-range decks. We'll start off with some Ivy. I typically do best of one, because who has the time to waste wild cards on those, right? On those sideboard slots. Alright, so it looks like we're already getting matched in. This should be interesting. Alright, well, this is a very Rot Priest heavy hand. If I had a green source, I think that would be pretty good, but we can't bank on just drawing that. So we're going to mull that away. This definitely seems much better, so we'll keep our 6, and we're going to get rid of Croaking Counterpart. Now, typically in this deck, you don't want to run out your Venerated Rot Priest too early. But since I have 2 of them, I don't really mind if this one dies turn 1 to some sort of burn spell. Well, are we gonna get play and fired? Or play with fired? That would be my biggest bet, yep. Well, we've already got the poison train started, that's not too bad. So I think what we're gonna do is run out another Rot Priest. And now we have the mana up to keep for sure up. Hopefully next turn we draw another mana source so we can cast one of our 2 creatures. I have never even seen this card before, but that is cool with me, my guy. Go ahead and... okay. Well, I asked for a mana source. I guess I should have specified an untapped mana source. So I think we're just going to run out the... I don't really know if I want to run out the Ivy yet. I think we're going to go Storm Chaser Drake. Hopefully try to convince him to take that out. Drawing cards is scary, opponent. Please understand me, my guy. Urbrass Forge. Interesting play. So he now has a 1/1 with haste, and that's going to grow bigger every turn. That's a very solid card. I wish it saw a little bit more play, but, you know, Rakdos is a little too good as is. He's going to swing with both. We'll block here, and we'll take the 2 damage. That's fine with us. Now we can actually start hitting with the Rot Priest. There's another mana source, not one that we particularly needed. We'll go ahead and cast Ivy, and then we will swing in. Now we're leaving up a protection spell. We can potentially draw off the Storm Chaser Drake. That gets an extra counter now because of Ivy. I think we're getting something pretty solid going here. Reckless Impulse. That's a good one for our opponent. Triggering Prowess and potentially drawing 2 cards. I could see him trying to go for a play with fire, but luckily we were able to respond to that. And end the festivities. That is a good one. Okay, well that means one of our creatures is gonna die. So I think what we gotta do... is shore up targeting the Storm Chaser Drake. That'll trigger Rot Priest, then we can copy it onto Ivy. However, he now gets a chance to play with Fire us. And kill whatever he's feeling like. What you gonna do, buddy? What you gonna do? Play with fire the Ivy. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. We can copy it. It's not really gonna do much. Now our creatures still survive. And we are facing some pretty big creatures. We're not gonna block here. That Forge is about to be a problem. Oh, that is a very good draw for us there. We really want the Distorted Curiosity. Now that we got the Corrupted, we're able to, you know, get that off. We'll swing in with the Rot Priest, deal some more toxic damage. And hopefully draw some more... okay. Well, that was far less than ideal. This deck only runs like 20 lands, so... seeing like 7 of them already is not super great. Urbrass Forge. Yeah, I guess we're gonna take it. So Storm Chaser Drake has the potential of drawing us into a bunch of more spells as long as we can continue to target it. Distorted Curiosity is one I'm also okay with. Please, not lands number 9 and 10. Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, so we're going to keep up the Otawara. So before they go to combat, we're going to have to figure that out. We are going to not attack and pass the turn. So we'll leave up Tyvar's stand, potentially to grow our creature bigger, kill something of theirs. Once they're about to go to combat, I think we're going to bounce the Urbrass Forge. Oh, okay, well I guess I'd never get the chance to. Sure. So he's probably going to full swing. So let's just start by making Storm Chaser Drake indestructible. We don't need the pump. Okay, so that's going to resolve. Tyvar's stand is another good one to have. And we need exactly 4 mana for the Otawara. So I think what we're going to do, as awful as it sucks to do, is I think we're going to have to bounce the 4/1 with Trample. So we'll block the Electrostatic Infantry. And I think we got to keep the Rot Priest back. And then before damage, we're going to Otawara, channel that away, bounce the token. Hopefully with our goal being to kill him next turn. Now we're down to 5. Okay, we have a chance. He's got nothing in hand. We just need to... Okay, Distorted Curiosity, that's pretty good. Distorted Curiosity. Draw us into something, please. Oh, I think we actually got it. I think we got it. So we can Aspirant's Ascent, give it Toxic, draw another card. I think we're going to get there. I think we're going to get there. So now we'll full swing. Even if he decides to block the Rot Priest, he's probably still dead. Mishra's Foundry, that's fine. He's going to block the Rot Priest. You're going to double block the Rot Priest. Okay, so now we Tyvar's stand, make it indestructible and have hexproof. Then we deal our combat damage, deal some poison, and then shore up. I think that's it. Let's go. Whew, okay. That Urbrass Forge is very, very scary, though. You know, being able to make like a ball lightning every turn is pretty damn powerful. Massive W. Alright, sweet. So, I think we'll go for another round of Standard. We're gonna go with the Delver deck this time around. Oh, I don't know why that's on Explorer. I should definitely be setting that to Standard. I don't exactly want to play against a super powerful Pioneer or Explorer deck or whatever. Using something that's only Standard legal. Alright, so this hand, we don't have our Delver for turn 1, but having double Ledger Shredder is pretty good. I think we're going to keep this. We are on the play, so we're going to be a little slow, but I think we can make it work. So I think we'll just let this go. We'll Otherworldly Gaze on our end step. Okay, we got some sort of Sultai deck. I've never seen a Sultai deck in this standard. So I think we're going to pitch the 2 creatures, keep the island, because I kind of want to make sure we have mana to keep up for the Ledger Shredders. So we will go ahead and drop one. Worst case it dies, not a big deal. We have the second one. Yeah, there's the cut down. Well, if he tries to cut down the second one, we can potentially stop it with a Consider, and then just connive something else away. Zimone and Dina. Interesting. So how about we go for the Ledger Shredder? You know what? I think I'm confident enough in just Fading Hope getting rid of the Zimone. I don't really want that sticking around. We will discard a Consider. Now it's too big to be cut down. We will keep the Combat Research. Combat Research is incredibly powerful. So they recast Zimone and Dina. They don't want to trigger our Connive, which is good. So now we can Combat Research on Ledger Shredder. Combat Research number 2, get a Connive trigger. We can toss the island this time. So now every time Ledger Shredder connects, we draw 2 cards. That's super good for us. Delver of Secrets. I think we're going to hold up the Make Disappear. If they try to remove the Ledger Shredder, that's like a lot of value. Invasion of Amonkhet. Well, they can't kill us with any 1-mana removal spell in the format. I think I'm just going to Make Disappear with no casualty. I wonder if this is some sort of, like, Reanimator deck of some sort. Get in with Zimone and Dina. That's fine, that's fine. So we will go for a Haughty Jin. And then go to combat with Ledger Shredder. We don't get to connive right away, but drawing the extra cards is pretty nice. And yeah, that's not what we want to see. So we'll Delver of Secrets, connive something away. That's another land. Okay, sounds good to me. Alright, what you got, opponent? What you got? Kaito. Okay. Draw and discard. That's making me think more and more that this is some sort of Atraxa Reanimator deck. Interesting. This almost sort of seems more like it's a build-around for Zimone and Dina. So Kaito's gonna phase out. On the end step, we're gonna Otherworldly Gaze. We don't want Delver. We don't want Island. I think we're fine with Delver not flipping if it means we get a Tolarian Terror. That's pretty solid. So we are not going to reveal, because we know what we're hitting already. Play another Island. And we'll attack in. We'll leave the Delver of Secrets behind. Trigger Ledger Shredder. This thing has been an absolute beast this game. Now we'll cast Tolarian Terror. Put the Combat Research on... I guess on the Terror. Why not? Makes it so they have to do something. Get rid of yet another land and pass the turn. Okay, so we're set up pretty good. Invasion of Amonkhet. Okay, we can just discard an island. That's fine with me. We get milled, we lose a slip out the back. We get drained. This is a pretty cool deck list, not gonna lie. Oh, we got the Fairy Mastermind. Yeah, this really is just a Zamona Dina build-around. I imagine they're gonna sacrifice the creature. Potentially use it as a blocker. Alright, Delver, you gonna flip? Yeah, we'll reveal that. There we go, we get yet another flyer. Things are looking pretty good for us, though. We're just gonna... Okay, you know what? I think 3 swing at our opponent, and we will put the Ledger Shredder on Kaito. We don't want them making tokens every turn. Fairy Vandal. Okay, are they going to keep the Kaito alive is the question. Okay, blocking the Insectile Aberration. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. So they'll block with the token, then sack it to Zamona Dina, then they draw their... Oh, wait, they wouldn't draw their second card. So it doesn't matter at all. I'm sure... Oh. They're not going to activate Zamona Dina in response? I mean, that's an interesting play for them, but okay. I mean, unless they have a board wipe here. Gixian Puppeteer. Pretty solid card. Well, that's not a board wipe, and I don't think they can deal with all our flyers. Another Delver of Secrets. Well, I see no reason to just not swing all out. Another Fairy Vandal. I kind of saw that coming. They can block the Haughty Djinn, they can block the Tolarian Terror. They're still alive, they're still very much in this. They don't want us to draw the 2 cards I see. Well, I think they're still dead because they didn't block the Haughty Djinn, so we're going to consider. And that'll put the last card in the graveyard. Don't need another Ledger Shredder. We certainly don't need land number 7. I think our opponent did not play that very well, because they very well could have used Zamona Dina a few times. Would have kept them alive, you know, with the life drain. We definitely would have had to put a little bit more into that victory, but we'll take it. And Flow of Knowledge, what a fun card. Alright, so I guess we'll move on. We'll go and do some, we'll do some exploring. Oh yes, I have another deck list for Ivy, for Explorer. So, in terms of my Explorer-specific deck lists, I've got a Blue, White, and Soul deck. I'm a pretty big fan of that one. Of course, we always got the generic Rakdos mid-range, we got Sultai Dredge, we got some Elves action, and the Boros Heroic. I think we're going to start off with the Ensoul deck, because that's definitely the deck I have the most fun with. It's really awesome to just see like a 13-powered Ornithopter just swing in and kill somebody. It's a lot of fun. Matching in quickly today, I am very grateful for that. Savage Toaster. Okay. Well, this is not a particularly amazing hand, but we can still deal with whatever they play early on with the Portable Hole. Plus we got the Ledger Shredder to draw some cards. I think this is keepable. It's certainly not the nuttiest draw in like where on earth there are Ensoul artifacts, but we'll make it work. I think I'm going to leave Ornithopter up to play as a second play after the Ledger Shredder. Den of the Bugbear. Okay, sure, we're doing Cleansing Wildfire, I see. Well, I guess we're going to have to settle with just basic planes. Okay, Hollowed Fountain. We'll pay the life for it. We got the Ledger Shredder. Then the Ornithopter. Trigger. We'll keep that Deserted Beach, because it looks like they're kind of on a land destruction plan. We'll get rid of the Lord's Escape. Sadly, does not protect our lands. Okay, sure, dude. Hall of Storm Giants. Okay, maybe we'll drop that. That'll be like a little juicy target for him to try to destroy some lands with. We don't need to attack with Ornithopter. We could do it as a power play, but why would we? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So I think we're going to have to portable hole away the token. So Deserted Beach. Play Ledger Shredder number 2. Portable hole away the token. Get 2 Connive triggers. We will... I think we're going to keep that. We're going to get rid of the Iganjo. And we will get rid of Springleaf Drum. Get rid of the Goblin token. Sure, we'll hit with the Ornithopter. We're going to show the power play this time. Alright, Fable triggers, so they get to discard 2 and draw 2 cards. I mean, we've basically only seen burn spells and land destruction spells from this opponent, so I imagine it's just going to be more of the same. Chandra Torch of Defiance. That is going to be a big blowout for our opponent. Deal 4, kill the Ledger Shredder, but we are going to keep it protected. And Deserted Beach will go to the bottom. Oddly enough, we kind of have the counterplay for this deck with the Darksteel Citadel. So we will... Oh, okay, our opponent just scooped. We had a lot of fun. Thank you. Alright, awesome. We got some more mastery. We'll open some packs later on. I got all the XP from, you know, being Sunday and all. So we'll open some packs over at the end of the stream. For more Explorer matches, what do we got? You know, this time around, let's do some dredging. So unfortunately, this is not a dredge list that is as powerful as, you know, something like in Legacy, for example. We don't exactly have, like, the Dread return, any sort of ways to reanimate some nasty big creature. Instead, we kind of more focus on just smaller value creatures, that get themselves out of the graveyard for free. Alright, what do we got here? So Grizzly Salvage is a good one. We got the turn 1 Stitcher Supplier. I think this is a pretty decent hand, even with a few of the cards we want to see milled in our hand. Plus we're on the play, like that's pretty good. So we'll Watergrave untapped, play Stitcher Supplier. Toss some stuff in the yard that we don't need. Next turn we can leave up Grizzly Salvage. Okay, Llanowar Elves. I don't believe I run a lot of kill spells in this deck, so that does not really matter. We're gonna Stitcher Supplier, see if they take the bait. Yeah, if they took the bait, they'd probably be one of the worst Magic players of all time. We'll just end the turn. We'll hold up the Grizzly Salvage for, let's say, our opponent's second main. Okay, so we're running into some kind of Gruul deck here. Is Gruul Elves a thing in Explorer or Pioneer? I've never heard of this before. More Elves. Okay. Who could have seen that one coming? Another Elf. Oh, okay. This is getting less good. Okay, so we're stopped on their second main. Now we'll Grizzly Salvage. Because we have a few triggers that care about end steps. So we don't want to do those triggers on the end step. Okay, so we still did not hit any payoffs. I think we'll go for the Botanical Sanctum. Toss the other 4 in the yard. Otherworldly Gaze is a good one. Okay, so what I think we're going to do is we're just going to swing in with Stitcher Supplier. And they're going to take it. Probably a smart move for them. Then we will cast a Narcomoeba. I mean, it's in our hand already. There's not much sense of doing anything else with it. And then we'll leave up Otherworldly Gaze for the end step. Or I guess the second main phase again. Okay, what do they need 6 mana for? Is this game over before it's even started? Finale of Devastation X1. Okay. What are we hitting? Venerated Rot Priest. Huh. So is this Gruul toxic? I've never seen this deck before. Okay, end step. We're gonna Otherworldly Gaze. Remove the stop. Alright, we can chuck some lands and a Satyr Wayfinder away. You know what? We'll keep it, actually. It's another way of chucking some cards in the yard. I mean, eventually I think we're going to have to just hardcast, you know, Prized Amalgams and Creeping Chills. Not exactly what we want to do. Okay, so Satyr Wayfinder. Hopefully we'll use that to find a land. Satyr Wayfinder resolves. We did not hit a land. Alright. And we're still yet to hit any of our payoff cards. We have not hit a single Narcomoeba. Yeah, that's been less than ideal. We'll hit ya. I think this time we'll leave the Stitcher Supplier up as sort of a deterrent for them attacking. Because we do actually want that to die. Alright, we're gonna hard float the 3 mana. Really need to keep that red mana open, huh? Alright, are we gonna Finale of Devastation for another Rot Priest? You know, a deck like this, you'd be much better off using the Green March, whatever that one's called. Fauna Shaman. What on earth is our deck, or what's our opponent cooking here? Oh my goodness, this has not been a very good draw for this deck, so I think we're gonna just play the Creeping Chill. That can get back some of our ghouls in the graveyard. We'll get 2 ghouls back. Now we'll go to combat, swing in with Narcomoeba. And then that'll trigger the ghouls. They both come back. We got the Prized Amalgam, so that will come back at the beginning of our opponent's end step. Then suddenly we have a scarier board. So is Fauna Shaman going to grab another Venerated Rot Priest, or what's going on here? I mean, they got these Rot Priests. They got to be doing something with them. Okay, there we go. Ancestral Anger is a good one. If they feel like swinging in, we are 100% blocking with the Stitcher Supplier. Alright, opponent. What you doing? What you tanking on? What you tanking on? Come on, show us the good word. This is entertaining gameplay right here. Go to combat? Alright, well that's an interesting deck our opponent's got there. So now we can start swinging in with some of these guys here, because we don't really mind losing them. You know what, let's just full swing. Put some pressure on our opponent. If they got one of the marshes, they've got it. Like, there's nothing we can do about that. So we're finally getting the Stitcher Supplier blocked. I mean, I know doing attacks this way is kind of favorable for our opponent. They get to choose what they want to block with. We're at least attacking their mana base pretty hard, I guess. Why on earth are they double blocking? That's interesting. Unless they're getting a 3rd Rot Priest. That's the only thing that I could see them doing. They're going to want to keep the Fauna Shaman alive. Now damage goes through. What do you got? Take your time, opponent. Take your time. You got this. March of Burgeoning Life. There we go. So is that 3 Rot Priests down? I will say it's certainly less than ideal, because I think it'll only take 2 targeted spells to kill us now. What she got? Come on. You can do it, opponent. Tamiyo's safekeeping. Okay, well if they draw one more spell that targets one of their creatures, I mean, I guess that's it. This has been a pretty awful running for this deck, too. And they gave some life, too, so they're a little further from dying than we had liked. Hopefully Stitcher's Supplier will do some work here. There's a Creep and Chill. So we'll exile it, deal 3 to them. That'll bring back some ghouls. Then we'll go Haunted Dead. We can discard 2 cards out of our... we want the Silver Smoke Ghoul. We'll discard those 2. Now they'll come back because of Haunted Dead. And we will end the turn leaving up Otherworldly Gaze. So now Amalgam comes back with all the ghouls. And I mean, 1 targeted spell is enough to kill us, so... if they got it, I don't see why they don't just rip it off. Zada Hedron Grinder. Oh, that's why they're going for this. That is interesting, though. Oh, yeah, I guess we're just dead on board anyways to the... yeah. Well, we can block with our single spirit here, so we're not going exactly down to 10 poison. We'll hit a good game. That was a pretty good game. Alright, Otherworldly Gaze. Give us something good. Oh, Jace is actually very good. Okay. And our opponent just scoops it up. Whew. Okay. I don't want to jinx it, because every time I say it, I jinx it. But we're going on a pretty good streak here. Have not lost a single game. Kolaghan Warmonger. That's a new one from Aftermath. Pretty sweet. Okay. So now, I think we're going to move over to Historic. Out of the Historic decks that I have, so I've got an Is It Phoenix deck. I'm not going to play that today because I do actually have a video coming out sometime later on about that video, or about that deck, sorry. So I'd like to kind of keep that one under wraps for now. We got the old Teamer Adventures deck. I've got a Grixis Death's Shadow list. I've got Is It Wizards. It's a pretty meta build, but it's a pretty good deck nonetheless. Ignore the Gruul Shamans there. I kind of just didn't have the wild cards to fully craft the deck yet. That will be coming though. I've got a Boomer Jun deck, but again, I've got a video about that coming out later on, and Orzhov Tokens is less than good. So I think we'll go with the Grixis Shadow list. I haven't played this one in a little while. So essentially, like any typical Death Shadow deck, you're trying to drop your life points as much as you can. We got a lot of shock lands, we got the Thought Seizes. You know, this is one of the few decks that I get to play like Claim to Fame from. Already matching into our opponent. Pretty good. Oh, hey, sweetie. How's it going? Oh, my girlfriend's in the chat. That's so nice of you. Yeah, there is no face cam. The face cam on the new gaming laptop is only 30 FPS, and it looks a little awkward with all the gameplay and whatnot. I think this is a fairly decent hand. Awkwardly, we don't get the Inquisition turn 1, so that's going to have to come a little later. But turn 1 DRC could be pretty good. Dauntless Bodyguard. Okay, do they have some creatures they want to leave up? I think we're fine enough just going Xander's Lounge. Next turn we can Kroxa, we can Ledger Shredder. Oh, there's the Thalia. That's not too bad though. This deck does not really care all that much about casting spells. So I think we're gonna go for the what the heck was that? We're gonna go for the Ledger Shredder. Gotta get a better computer. You're the one that bought me the computer. Silly. You're getting flagged, sweetie. You're too controversial. Adeline. Okay, okay. Well, I don't want to swing in regardless. We are fine with that. We'll play Spire Bluff Canal. I think we're just going to rip the Fatal Push on the Adeline. Oh, I am an actual fool. Mel, you distracted me, goddammit. Yep, that's an oops moment. We are going to discard Painful Bond. We already have a pretty decent hand. Oh boy. Well, that was a big punt. I should have just gone for the Thalia. Then at least they would have sacked the Dauntless Bodyguard. Clarion Spirit. Yep. I think this game is probably just about over here. We'll chuck the Kroxa. Oops, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need one of those after getting completely wiped. Yeah, there's no sense in continuing this one. This is just over. Alright, we'll have to go for another round of Historic, because Jesus, that did not go well. Alright. You know what, we'll just do Grixis Shadow again. That was just an incredibly bad matchup, mixed with an incredibly bad punt. Okay. We're already in with our next opponent. Sweet. Alright, one land is not particularly ideal. Plus so many 2+ drops, we're gonna have to mull that away. This seems okay, and I think we're gonna chuck the Unholy Heat. We have the Fatal Push, which, at least early game, is just strictly better. Alright, we'll pay the life. Inquisition ya. What on earth? We're playing an energy deck. Got the Omniscience in hand, so this is definitely an Aetherworks Marvel deck. I don't think we're going to have to particularly worry about the Omniscience, because I don't really see that happening. Unless we go into some super late game play. So we're going to toss the Kroxa out. We're going to force him to discard. Gets to play the Omen of the Sea. Next turn, we'll go DRC into Thoughtseize again. What you pitching? Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the Omniscience. Another Omen of the Sea main phase. Are they looking for a land? If this isn't a Marvel deck, then I am super confused. Attune with Ether. Yeah, this has to be. Well, they got the 4th land, but they don't have enough energy to make it go off. So we will go Dragon Rage Channeler. We'll Thoughtseize ya. Trigger DRC. We'll toss the Fatal Push in the yard. That is pretty good. We're going to get rid of the Marvel, because that is pretty much game over for us. We'll play Water Engraved. I think we'll play it tapped. I mean, I know it's a little awkward because even if we get the Death Shadow, we're not going to be able to cast it. Okay, so they make a treasure kill our dude. We'll just play another one. Eventually, we can start buying Lurrus, because yeah, Lurrus is a little bit awkward for the. What am I saying? It's very awkward for the Death Shadow because it's got the lifelink, but it is very good at getting cards back from our graveyard. Plus, if we're kind of on the brink of losing life, we can always just use it to block. Getting some extra life back is never a bad thing. Don't you hate when you don't have enough energy? Yeah, having no energy is pretty rough in this deck, I will be honest. Okay, so what are we missing for card type? Is it just land? Yeah, we need a land. I don't remember if I'm running artifacts in this deck. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to Painful Bond, draw some cards, trigger DRC. Hopefully we get to pitch a land. There we go, there's the land to pitch. Now DRC is online. Ooh, less than ideal. Alright, so we'll go to combat. You gonna harness lightning us? Oh, just another Prismari command. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I think we'll play the... Where are we? The Blood Crypt. We'll play it tapped. Hold up the Fatal Push, not like it's really gonna do much. Alright, I'm sure our opponent's probably gonna bank in on some of those Omen of the Seas now. So we can cycle away the Xander's Lounge if we need to. We'll start... As awkward as it is, we're not really gonna need the, I don't really think we're gonna be needing the Delirium anytime soon. So we'll Kroxa, make them get rid of their last card in hand. It's just a land. Go to combat. We're gonna hold the Xander's Lounge for now because I'm gonna want to cycle it away. We're not really drawing into any action here. Go ahead and scry, opponent. What are you gonna do? This was either just a very awkward, like, bad running for our opponent, or this is just some kind of weird build of energy that doesn't run enough energy cards. And what's our opponent hit? They're up to 7 mana. There's the Aetherworks Marvel. Not much I can do about that. So first of all, I think we're going to just drop the Footfall Crater. We'll target a Watery Grave. I don't see why not. We'll go to combat. We'll swing in with Kroxa. They'll lose 9 life, which is pretty big. They still can't spin the Aetherworks. So I think we're going to just hold up the mana for now. I know that the Unholy Heat and all that are not really going to matter here. Oh, okay, so he's getting permanents to leave the battlefield. Can he still make it up to 6 energy, though? Because he's still missing some. He can sack the Omen of the Seas. But then he's still going to need some sort of energy card. Attune with Aether. That'll do it for him. I mean, is there any hope that we actually live through this? If the Marvel whiffs, I think we win. If we hit the Emrakul, then that's a little awkward. Okay, Ugin, less than ideal. Okay. So what we're gonna do, I think, is just cycle the Xander's Lounge. Maybe we can hit Delirium, get the Ugin off the battlefield. Or we can just bait him with the DRC. That's another option. Play Watergrave tapped. And I think we're going to buy the Lurrus. Well, now he can +2 to kill the DRC. So we got creature and land in our graveyard, huh? That's awkward. Okay. I'll cycle Xander's Lounge. This is very quickly becoming a done deal. So I think we're going to just Painful Bond. We have a land to play for turn. Then we can Unholy Heat. We'll have Delirium triggered. But Ugin still lives is the rough part. I'm gonna lose life doing this anyways. So this will not trigger originally, but then we can Unholy Heat deal 4 more damage. Then we'll play Kroxa, make him discard. Then play Painful Bond. This is going to be a very painful Fatal Push if we ever cast it. We will just keep the Xander's Lounge in hand, pass the turn. I mean, unless we draw into another Unholy Heat, I think this is pretty much game over. I don't see how we ever recover from an Ugin. Yep. Okay, so I think maybe we'll go for the Ledger Shredder. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're dead regardless. We'll play Luris. Oh, and there's the Death Shadow. Damn it. If I could have kept the enchantment up, that would have been so good. Well, we got a very big Death Shadow now, but that's game over. GG's, opponent. Oh, that one was so close, too. If I could have drawn the Death Shadow like any turns earlier, that would have been real nice. Alright, so we'll end this off. We'll do some Historic Brawl. I need to believe in my deck. What am I supposed to believe in? There's nothing I can do there. Ugin is just so damn overpowered, there's nothing I can do about it. Well, you know what? It's in the thumbnail here. I think it would be weird if I didn't play a Jadar deck. I mean, I've got a ton of Historic Brawl decks. We'll definitely get to them at some point or another in full videos. But I can show you some previews for now. Alright, opponent, what you got? Narset Enlightened Exile. That's a pretty good one. Narset is very powerful, especially because you can cast stuff from your opponent's graveyards. Okay. Feed the Swarm is good to kill a Narset. Although, knowing the typical Narset deck, it's probably just going to be a bunch of token generation. Either way, I think this is okay. We're going to have to just hope that we draw some lands, though. If Bajuka Bog is the only land that we hit, then that's very awkward. What if my next card was an enchantment? That wouldn't have changed anything, because I needed it to be hasty, and unfortunately it was not hasty. Alright, we're getting all the monocolored tap lands out of the way. And of course they got the Selfless Savior. Alright. So no matter what we do, Selfless Savior dies next turn, because they're not going to get rid of Young Pyromancer. So maybe we Sanguine No, I don't know if we Sanguine Brushstroke just yet. I think we're going to start with the Woe Strider. Get some blocks in if we need them. Make a goat token. This way at least we can start scrying. No, your comments keep getting, like, blocked and censored. You're so dirty, man. So they play a tap land instead of a protection spell. That makes me think when the Narset drops, it is probably going to survive. Okay, so we got land number 4. So let's start off with a Plague Crafter. Our opponent can cast a spell. Potentially just make a little elemental. If the Selfless Savior dies, that's even better for us. So we're going to sack Plague Crafter. Alright, that is pretty ideal. Don't need to swing with the goat, but I will swing in with Woe Strider. Worst case, we get another, like, protection spell of some sort out of their hand, and then we can just feed the Swarm, get rid of the Narset. Maybe I need a moderator? I can figure that out at some point. I don't actually know how to do that. I've never even considered live streaming as, like, a big thing. I don't actually know if I'm blocking all swear words or not. I just have it set for, like, safe chat or whatever. I can always mess with the settings later on. Wandering Emperor, huh? Okay, that's less than ideal. We were really hoping to get rid of the Narset. So let's sack the goat. Scry 1. Witch's Cottage. I don't think we necessarily need that now. We also don't have 3 swamps, so it's not really going to do anything. It's just going to ETB tapped. Alright. Corrupt is not what we need right now. So I think the best way to deal with our opponent's deck is to use their deck against them. So we're going to Gaunty them. That is a pretty good one. I think we'll take the Narset. What's better than fighting Narset with Narset? So now they're probably going to want to uptick Wandering Emperor so it doesn't die. Ooh, let's get the R-rated chat in here. I'll figure out the settings for next time for sure. Alright, so we figured they were going to +1. And we got Wedding Announcement Ragavan. Alright, so the monkey has to die. They're actually willing to... Well, I guess it's got First Strike, so we're not going to block there. Alright, untap land would be ideal here. That way we can go feed the Swarm plus Narset. Then make a token. Okay, that is not what we wanted. What I think we will do, though, is we will cast the Narset. Well, -2. We got a Witch's Oven, excuse me. We'll play the Witch's Oven. Now we can at least make some food tokens. But we are definitely on the back foot here. Oh, yeah, poor monkey, yeah, right. Alright, so we're going to put a 1/1 counter on the monkey. I think we're going to have to sack the Gaunty. We already got our value out of the Narset. Okay, that's pretty good. If we can hit a board wipe. Mind you, we still need to hit some lands. Oh god. Yep. Okay, I think this game is over. Yeah, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. Oh god, man, the Narset is too good. The Narset is too good. Alright. I've been playing a lot of Tovolar lately, so let's give that a shot again. I got a friend of mine that has a Tovolar deck IRL, and like, it's a cool deck and all, but my goodness, I do not want to have to deal with keeping track of day and night in paper. That sounds miserable. Going against the first Sliver, so this is either going to be some kind of scam to get a big creature out, or just Sliver Tribal. As is, this is okay. I prefer this not to be a tap land, but I think we can make this work. We'll keep the 7. We got the Fearless Pup, we got the Bushwhack to get some more stuff out. Just a lot of low-cost wolves are pretty good. Okay, so I guess this is actually a Slivers deck. So we'll just play the Sheltered Thicket. Next turn, I think we drop Fearless Pup, Tenacious Pup. Fearless Pup is like sneaky good. Just being able to boast it and give it First Strike and additional power, it's so good, man. Rhythm of the Wild is also pretty good. So let's go Tenacious Pup. We'll put all the counters on the Fearless Pup. That is one scary puppy. Mana Weft is also less than ideal for what we want to be doing. I have a Slivers deck very similar to this one. And yeah, Mana West Sliver can very much go take away games from you. Okay, so they've got first strike on their slivers now, which is okay. If they want to do that, then we will live with that. So we can have creatures fight. Don't know if that's too ideal. So we'll swing in with Fearless Puff. If they choose that they want to block, okay, that's fine. So second main, we will Bushwhack, go and find a land. We'll grab a mountain. Then play the mountain for turn. Hopefully draw a fourth one for next turn. Okay, well now they can cast first sliver. Yep, that is gonna happen. What on earth did they just hit? Duress? So they probably take our Rhythm of the Wild. Man, this has not been a very good run for the H-Brawl decks. Okay, well there's another land. We'll play the Hound Tamer. And yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. I think we're dead here. If they just cast another Sliver, yeah, that's game over. Can't do anything about that. I don't know, it doesn't make me happy to scoop early like that, but I mean, I literally can only kill through combat damage. So making all your stuff indestructible is a very good way of absolutely hosing my deck. What else do we want to play? You know what, we'll play some Zamon and Dina. That's a pretty fun deck. Ooh, Match Team Raid Away against a Cody deck. So basically this is just play the best spells in the format. I mean, it's better than, like, you know, going up against, like, a Sika or something. So I think we're gonna have to play the Balagid Recovery right away, but our Boreal Grazer does ramp us. Our Boreal Grazer into Blood Tithe Harvest, or sorry, Blood Artist is pretty good. So Balagid Sanctuary for turn. I wonder if the emojis come up on there. Oh yeah, I'm just seeing them now. Alright, so we got another land. That's pretty good. So we'll go... Hall of Storm Giants. We'll go Arboreal Grazer. Yes, that means that we can't cast some stuff now, but we will play Hive of the Eye Tyrant. If we don't have a very active turn 2, that's fine. They can play the Cody if they want to. I think the activated ability costs 5? Oh, okay, cool. We just scoop. Epic! Alright, now that's what I call a hard-earned victory. Alright, chalk that up, another win on the board. Okay, we never actually got to see the Z&D, so let's actually give it a fair shot this time around. I wonder what caused our opponent to scoop. I wonder if they just, you know, didn't draw the right lands, or they figured they were going to fall far behind. That's kind of how H-Brawl games go. There's so often just... you swing out so far and there's nothing you can do about it. Vraska Golgari Queen. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so Explore with the Scoot Swarm. That's looking pretty good. Ideally, we'd like to get some more, you know, non-Maestros, non-Brokers lands, whatever. We'd like those to activate more when we have the Scoot Swarm active. So Kami is going to ramp them turn 1. That's pretty good. Alright, so we need a forest so we can explore. So we'll go grab a forest with Broker's Hideout. That's doing pretty good. Also offsets the damage from the Kami. Next turn we'll go explore from Eye of the Hive Tyrant. Oh, they're just ramping it up, aren't they? Oh my goodness. Alright, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Explore. That could be far, far better. You got too many expensive cards, man. Alright, we'll go island. That way we at least have all our colors. Lol, nice, yeah. Alright, so they now have 7 mana on turn 4. Sure, why not even more lands? They also just got a free 5-drop, which they could have cast, I guess. Oh, that is actually really good. If only we had the last mana. Okay, well, Black Market Connection. Next turn we'll make the treasure, then we'll Culling Ritual. Make a bunch of mana back, then cast something big. Alright, what you got? I don't want to scoop early because everyone's gonna give me shit for it, but my god, this game is probably over. I don't know how I come back from Anissa. And Nebraska, yeah, that game's over. See ya. Alright, we'll give Z&D one more chance. We've just been drawing very poorly, not getting the lands that we need in a landfall deck that has like 39 lands. Like, it's a real struggle, I tell ya. Izuri Claw of Progress. Interesting. I guess that's part of the Multiverse Legends. That's how that's sticking around. We got some MDFCs, which are less than ideal. Can we play them off of the Kami is my question. I don't think we can, so I'm going to mull that. This is a fine 7 here. A little black heavy, but if we can get some other colors, we're looking pretty good. So Obscura, that's going to get us a blue source. What's our opponent cooking? I wonder if this is just like an Elves deck of some kind. We probably want to kill the Galagrators. I think that's too good to just leave alive. So we will go Heartless Act, kill the Galagrators before it gets the counters. Next turn, we can either put a tap land down. That's pretty good. And him being able to proliferate the experience counters is pretty powerful too. Okay, I think we're going to Balagid Sanctuary tapped. Play the Gutter Bones. This one is very good. Gutter Bones and Zamone are like a perfect combo. Izuri comes down. That's pretty good. We get a poison counter. We get 2 poison counters. Another land. I think we just go for the Zamone and Dina here, honestly. There's not a whole lot else to do. He's going to play a small creature, which is going to... Yeah, I honestly think this game is just about over. Yeah. Return something to my hand. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's not good. Interesting little icon for the experience counters, I gotta say. Okay. Infernal Grasp does give us a bit of a chance here. So I'm going to sack the Gutter Bones to Zamone and Dina. Now we get some life. Don't get a land off of that. We'll play a Sylvan Ranger. We'll search for a basic land card, which we can then play next turn. So we'll keep that up. Pass the turn. Hopefully he just keeps piling the counters on the Bloated Contaminator, because that would be pretty ideal. Ozolith. Pretty good. Elvish Mystic. Trigger Izuri again. Make a very big Bloated Contaminator. Okay. I guess he saw the trick. What the hell? This is such a powerful deck in 1v1. Okay, we'll Infernal Grasp it. Take 6. We're down to 10. Time Warp. Time Warp will do it. Oh, we don't have the other blue source, though. Yeah. So we'll Hydroid Krasis. I've got 6... Now, you know what? We'll sack this first in case we get another land. And that way... Okay, well that wasn't really going to change much. We get some life back. Now we'll cast this for X equals 4. So draw 2, gain 2. And then stick a 4/4 on the battlefield. Yep, this is going to be pretty hard to come back from. This Oslo's going to put a 1/1 counter on something. Nissa. Make a big Ether Channeler. That is 13 damage. We're gonna take it. I've got no shot at this here. Alright, well that's not another land. We will play Zulaport Cutthroat. I need to draw a blue source here, otherwise we're kind of dead. Get some life back. Alright, that's not going to do it. Yep. We'll go Tyvar. We'll grab another creature back. We'll take the Sylvan Ranger. Blue source. Play the Lotus Cobra. I mean, if we have a shot at anything, I still don't think we do. If they just swing all out, I think we're still dead. Yep. We can Time Warp to delay it by 1 turn. So block and block. Stick alive just barely. But yeah, this is a done game. Nothing we can do about this here. Unless we literally hit River's Rebuke. Play Reassembling Skeleton. Zamondina. Kill the skeleton. Gain some life. Drain ya. Man, still not hitting those lands, are we? We will get back the Gutter Bones. Then we'll uptick Tyvar, untap Zamon. And yeah, no attacks. Go to our second turn. Gixian Puppeteer. Very nice combo with Zamon, I gotta say. We'll play Gutter Bones. Sack the Gutter Bones. Draw our second card. That triggers Puppeteer and Zamonandina. Oh my god, we are still not hitting these lands. We're getting some life back, but it really does not matter. So Reassembling Skeleton. We'll pay for that. Get that back. And we'll untap Zamonandina. Sack the Reassembling Skeleton. Hit another land, maybe? Nope. Oh, we actually did. Sweet. Now we can go Kami of the Bamboo Groves. No land to put out, but at least we have some blockers, but yeah, that doesn't really matter. We're just kind of playing our hand out. Not much I can do about it here. We're kind of in just a big L scenario. Alright, Azuri Claw of Progress. I have it as a commander deck, and I was not the biggest fan of it. But my god, in 1v1, that goes off. Alright, so, as promised, we'll open the pack of March of the Machine that I got. Hopefully hit something half decent from here. And Modi's a pretty nice one. Good rare? Oh, Mythic Wildcard. I guess I could have checked up there, but that's pretty epic. Well, we were pretty cool with that. Well, thank you for joining me for the stream. I know this wasn't a very long one, but I more just wanted to make sure everything was up and running. You will definitely see more of those in the future. And yeah, that's about all I got for today. So thanks once again for joining me. I'll get more videos, more shorts going after we're done the whole move. I'm still recording this from my home, but yeah, we'll get back to you soon. So thanks again for watching. I will see you later.